Hello, this is the first journal entry in this first unit in the second semester of 2014, and this unit was about critical thinking. And this is the speaking part, which is my reflection about my learning process during this unit. And first, I have to say that it was a good topic. I think it was really good selected. It is important. It is essential for our life to develop critical thinking, to be more aware of things, to be like a little skeptical is always healthy, because we prevent manipulation, and in current societies manipulation is one thing that is super common, and people is blind because of manipulation. So critical thinking is the salvation, I think. And so it's good for our personal lives and also for society, and I'm really happy we could study a little more about critical thinking, which is the positive part of my reflection. Then I have to say that it was a unit that I didn't like very much because of the I thought it was a little monotonous because of the strategy. It was the same class after class. I also have this problem with reading a lot, and this unit was long readings and for every class, and I really felt uncomfortable, especially because I don't have so much time in my life, in my personal life, and I couldn't catch the rhythm as for several times. So I felt like I wasn't learning the way it was expected for me to do that. And um, the problem is that the problem is the time, and also that I obviously have to read a lot, especially in this semester. All the courses are based on a lot of texts, and it was difficult to think that even in language we had to read so much. Um, so I couldn't read all the papers, all the documents, and that made me feel like out of the unit. I wasn't really into it because of that. Um, but obviously by reading I could develop more my reading skill, which is one of the four most important skills to develop, or the principal skills to develop. And um, the papers were interesting, sometimes repetitive. Again, I think I consider that it was a monotonous unit, so I got frustrated sometimes, tired rapidly, and sometimes bored. Also because the activities were kind of the same class after class, discussion about the reading and so on. And so, that's the negative part, and which I reflect made me uh, maybe lost an opportunity to learn more or to acquire um, the skills that I was supposed to acquire during this whole unit. And I know we have to commit, I know that's my responsibility, but sometimes life is just like that, and you have to to have priorities, you know. and and language is not the only thing that I have to do in my life. So sometimes I got home at 11 in the night, and I had to do some other things, including my physical exercises, which are important. It's part of my life, and it's important to to take care of everything in your life, even your body. So sometimes I just had time to read at night very late, so I was sleepy, and the idea was to study the texts, and if they were long it was like impossible. And that's the thing that I critique in this unit, that if maybe if they had been like shorter text, it could have been better. and easier to get the reading, like I said before. But they were long and they were a lot, so I consider it wasn't good for me. I don't know about the rest, but for me it wasn't good. So that's the negative part of the unit, and um, related to my own learning, my experience. I think I could have learned more. Part of the responsibility is mine, and I think the other part is the way that it was planned. Um, but I really appreciate when you teachers were like comprehensive, or you took the class and made us reflect about this, and didn't stop because maybe we didn't read like we had to do. mm, I think you as teachers obviously made me learn some strategies and some ways to lead a discussion, but I have to reflect about the teaching process in the other journal, the written part. So yeah, I think this is it. In other terms, I think it was a super good unit to develop reading skills, especially critical reading, which is so important. Um, but about also speaking, because of the discussions every day in the class. I think it's super important to develop speaking skills uh, together with your classmates. I think that's a positive way to speak, and to I think I took advantage of it. I think I committed to that. Well, and also I have to say that I actually read every day in English, and I see videos, or I watch movies, or serials, series, and I do that very often. So it's not that I'm not developing my skills if I didn't read the texts that were supposed to be read for the unit. I always read. Um, but I think I could have learned a lot more about the content in this unit, which was critical thinking. Mm, and about vocabulary also, a lot of new words. My responsibility now is to learn those words, to add them to my vocabulary, to use them in order not to lose them. And I think I'm going to achieve that goal. So I'm happy about that. And I don't know about grammar. I don't know about other skills like listening. We didn't see much. We didn't see videos. Only the listening that you had the chance to develop in the same speaking activities or discussions. And when we hear you teachers, um, that's it for the listening part. Then the written part, well, the task was an essay, and it was a good chance to practice because it wasn't a long essay, and it is positive for me because of my time, but also it's tricky because when you have a lot of ideas and you have to develop them, uh, you don't know how to put them in a few words in an essay. But so I thought it was a good experience reading that essay. Um, I think that's my journal entry for in this time. I hope next units are going to be super cool. Um, I hope also that learning a second language is going to be more relaxing. And sometimes I felt so pressured and frustrated that it was difficult for me to commit to the learning of this second language, which I love. I love English, but well, I think it turned to be like a stressful situation. Um, oh, that's why I think, or I hope, that next units are going to be different and more dynamic, or and with different approaches and strategies to learn. But anyways, I think I'm thankful for everything you are giving us, for the planning, for the objectives, for the PowerPoints. I noticed that is a work behind it, and I appreciate that. So thank you, and this was my journal entry in the speaking part, and I think next you you're going to hear about me in the reading part, and but not here, but you're going to read about my reflection of my teaching reflections. Okay, my teaching, I don't know how to say that. What I learned about teaching, I think that's what I have to do when I write my second part of the journal. So I hope it's going to be okay, because I'm realizing that I'm not fully aware of what I have to do. But anyways, thank you very much. This was my speaking part of the journal. Bye.